guys, it's Kay the Enchantress here with a video, and we're just going to go ahead and get into it. So first, I'm just taking a nice light brown shade and just going ahead and putting that right under my brow, just to make sure that the rest of the colors that I'm going to use later on are going to be able to blend and transition a little bit better than just kind of slapping the color up there. Next, I'm just going to be taking this nice orange shade. I believe I was using the James Charles palette. So just that nice pretty orange shade from that palette and just putting that all over my lid. Next, you'll just see me blending out that orange color with my fingertips, just because for whatever reason the brush that I was using was not packing that color down enough the way that I wanted it to. So I'm sure you guys all know sometimes using your fingers for makeup just works a lot better than the actual brush or sponge or whatever you're using. Then I just continue to go back in there and keep patting that color on until I am just okay with the amount of pigment I have up there. To be honest, I was kind of struggling with this color. It wasn't coming out as vibrant as I wanted it to. I think it might have had something to do with the fact of or it just had something to do with the actual color that I used of concealer. And then on the other eye, I ended up mixing that light orange shade with the burnt red shade that they had in the palette, just because I didn't like how light that it was, because I wanted it to be more of a burnt orange kind of thing. But you're just gonna see me kind of going back and forth with it, trying to figure out what color I want it to look like. Which at this point, I honestly don't believe I had any idea of what I wanted to do regarding the actual look. But now you're just gonna see me blending that orange out into my crease using that exact same shade that I was using before for the transition shade, which all the colors that I use, I will go ahead and put that down in the description box. If you guys kind of like to already know what's going on, then I will make sure to kind of show a little bit more while I'm doing the videos. Next, I just went ahead and put in that kind of that burnt orange shade. I used a lot more red than I did when I put it on the lid, just so that it would kind of look a little better. And then I go back in with that lighter orange color in the lid again. And then I don't really know what I was doing here. I think I was just trying to figure some stuff out at this point. And then I'm just going to keep going back in with those two orange shades and then blending it out with a transition shade until I feel that I have gotten the color that I want, the shades that I want on my eyes, kind of give it a little bit more depth. But like I said, at this point, I was just playing around in it, trying to figure out what I wanted. So next, I just took that same transition shade. I think this might have been from a different palette, so not from the James Charles palette, but like I said, I'll put all the colors down in the description box just so you guys know exactly what I used. And I just went ahead and blended out that more red orange out, just so that it would kind of look a little bit more seamless. And honestly, blending that red out was kind of giving me a hard time without another color. So I just went ahead and used the same transition color, and that ended up working out a little bit better. Gave it a more of a bronze look than kind of reddish, which is kind of my thing. I don't really like too many colors, more so kind of a bronzy eye look is kind of what I choose or tend to kind of stay towards. So I'm gonna try and get out of my comfort zone here by, doing this whole YouTube thing. So I just go ahead and continue, and I guess we'll just see how it goes out until I feel satisfied, and keep adding and blending and adding and blending until I feel satisfied with it, which I think I continue to do it even afterwards. Yeah, you guys let me know if you'd like to constantly hear me talk during the video, and we could talk about different topics, or if you guys just want to kind of watch the video in peace. Next, I'm just going to be color correcting with the Black Radiance color corrector. Next, I'm just going to be blending it out with my Real Techniques blending brush. I think it's a foundation brush actually, but I just use it normally to blend out all of my creams and foundations and my concealers. I had never actually used brushes to blend out any like creams before, and I figured that I would try it out. I've been hearing that it kind of blends out a little bit better, makes it look a lot more seamless. And sometimes when you use the beauty blender, like the sponges, it kind of takes off all of the foundation or whatever kind of cream that you're using off of your face, and it's like you never even put it on, so you're just wasting product at that point. So I figured that I would try the brush and see how well I liked it, which I ended up liking it a lot. But yeah, I'm just blending that out, which it kind of started to look like foundation because I had so much on, and I'm not used to, you know, not having the sponge taking all of the makeup that I was using off. And then I just decided to use a sponge to kind of get some of that color corrector off because I did have so much on my face. It was honestly ridiculous. It looked like I had on foundation already. Next, I'm just going ahead and concealing and pretty much highlighting the high points of my face. Again, I'm really not sure why I was using so much product. It's honestly ridiculous. Like, where was I going? Was I like going to like a drag race or something like that? Because I never wear this much makeup in the first place. So maybe I was just so excited to try out my new products that I was just like, yeah, I'm just going to put as much makeup as I can on my face. It's honestly ridiculous. Like this, I don't even highlight that much on a regular basis if I'm going somewhere. And then I'm just highlighting under my cheekbones just to kind of reverse contour a little bit, which again, I don't normally do, but I guess I was just trying out everything that I don't normally do just to see what would happen. And then I just went ahead and placed some liquid bronzer on my face just because I had so much highlight on my face that I was really kind of scared that it was going to be too light and I was going to look ghostly. And then I'm just going to be putting a little bit of the Naked foundation, and I'll make sure to put that shade in the description box down below. And now we're just going to blend until our hand cramps up and we feel like we have arthritis, because I had so much, oh my god, so many products on my face at once. I really don't understand. I think I had just been watching too many TikToks at this point, and I was like, oh well, they all blend all their stuff out at once. No, you should do what works for you. Everybody's techniques don't always work for you or for the way that you put on your makeup. And at this point, I think this was like the first time I had put makeup on in some months. I hadn't put on makeup since I had come to Japan, honestly. So this is the first time that I had put makeup on and put this much makeup on all at once. It was honestly a lot, and it felt kind of heavy, which I don't entirely like, because then it just feels like, okay, if I move too much, then I'm gonna get hot and it's just gonna slip right off my face, and that feeling is not great. I didn't exactly like the brush that I was using to blend it out, so I went back in with my Real Techniques foundation brush just to go ahead and blend that out just a little bit more, because like I said, I had way too much product on my face, so I needed something that was just a little bit more denser. And as you can see, it looks kind of patchy, like on the right side of my face, or I guess that's the left side. Either way, it looked really patchy on sides of my face, so I just went ahead and tried to blend that in as much as I could, because it just was not it for me. And then I went back in with my sponge again just to make sure that everything was all set, because once I started putting my powders on, I did not want anything to be moving around or be looking weird or creased and all that stuff. So I just went ahead and went back in with the sponge after I used the Real Techniques buffing and foundation brush. Again, putting more, oh my god, like this is honestly ridiculous at this point. I put more of the Bareminerals concealer on my face just to highlight a little bit more, to give my face little bit of a lift. I've been seeing a lot that people have been kind of changing the way that they put their concealer on their face. So I guess the first time that I was doing it, it was just for the coverage and to conceal my under eye. And then the second time was more to highlight. Again, I'm really just baffled by how much product I put on my face. I'm just kind of upset with myself on how much product that I probably wasted for me to not have gone anywhere and to just record this video. It's honestly terrible. But yeah, as you can see, I made a little whoopsie, put a little too much on there, and I ended up getting it in my inner corner of my eye. I was listening to music while I was doing this, so there was a lot of movement and facial expressions and dancing around. Next, I just went ahead and I got this Black Radiance contour. It's a cream contour kit, and I just used the middle shade and the medium to dark palette. I actually really like it for contouring. I've never had a contour cream palette, and I'm trying my best to learn how to contour my nose because I have a weird nose shape in my opinion. It's not too big, it's not too little, but for whatever reason on camera it just looks so, I don't know, it just looks fat for whatever reason. So I just went ahead and tried my best to contour and bronze up my face because I was looking a little light at this point, and I really like that bronzy look because I have a bronzy skin tone in general, so I kind of like to just get that. And as you can see, that, oh my god, yeah, that beauty blender completely took off all of the makeup that was on my nose. And I can't even remember if I actually used any makeup primer, and I think that was the problem why I was having such a struggle blending everything out, because I completely forgot to put on primer. So I kind of had to improvise and put more concealer on my nose, and then, you know, try and contour my nose all over again and try that because it was just not working out in the beginning for whatever reason. So I tried again. Blending out that nose contour and then continuing to add more of that Black Radiance contour shade on my nose. I'm not exactly a pro at contouring, which I'm sure that you can see by just looking at this video, but I'm trying to learn because I would like to be able to master makeup at some point in my life, but it has honestly been a stop and go type of thing. And then I decided to go ahead and try and to put a little bit more color back into my cheeks, so I put a little bit of that contour shade on my cheeks as well, and then just blended that out with my blah words, can I actually speak them? And I just went ahead and took that and blended it out with my beauty blender. Next, I'm just bronzing my face using the Becca bronzer, and I'll put that shade down below. I love this bronzer so much. It is such a pretty color, and I'm sure everybody has like seen the Instagram filters where it makes you look really bronzed and really highlighted, and then I think they like change your eye color or whatever, which I don't really care for much, but the bronze on that filter is really what I was going for, because every time I take a picture with that filter, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I wish that I could bronze my makeup that well. So I was really trying to bronze the heck out of my face just so I could kind of achieve that, but I can't really remember what the end result was of everything. So next I'm just going to be taking the setting powder, the Laura Mercier setting powder, and just putting that everywhere that I concealed my face, just to go ahead and set that, because we do not want any of that to be creasing. Went ahead and went back in with that same Becca bronzer and just went ahead and bronzed my face up a little bit, just to kind of cut those cheekbones just a little bit more, and I went back in with my nose as well after putting in that setting powder, just because it was kind of taking over. I kind of like for my face to look a bit more bronzy in the middle, just because I also tend to put blush all through the middle of my face as well, because my face naturally has kind of a blushy center. I'm not really sure how to explain that, but my nose and my cheeks all the way up to like where my eyes are, where you would normally highlight, tends to be a little bit more of a red tone. So I kind of like for my makeup to kind of reflect the same thing. So I tend to put blush and bronzer in that same place as well. And I'm just blending all of that out, trying to buff as much of that loose powder out as I can, and then just continuing to bronze until I feel like my face is not looking like a ghost, because I can definitely look like a ghost, and it's honestly ridiculous. I'm just continuing to bronze and blush and bronze and blush until I finally feel like I have enough color in my face after putting all of that concealer on my face. As if we didn't put enough eyeshadow on before, we're going back in with that light orange shade back to the lid, and then putting that out to kind of the outer corner of my eye, just because when I was concealing, I don't know, it kind of went away a little bit. I think I over concealed all that concealer that I had on my face, and then just going back in with that transition color and really blending that out, just to kind of make it a little bit more seamless, because there were some serious harsh lines going on there, which I probably left it that way just because I was just going to finish up after I did my face. Next, I'm just going to go ahead and tight line my upper eyelash line with a brown, I think it's a lip liner, honestly. But either way, I'm just tight lining my upper lash line with that brown shade. I think it's a NYX. It's definitely a NYX. I can't remember if it's an eyeliner or if it is a lip liner, because I kind of use them one and the same. Because if it's a nice color and I like it, I don't see the reason as to why I need to just use it for one thing. And I'm just going to go ahead and wing out the corner that I put on the outer corners of my eyelashes, and then I'm just going to go back in and kind of thicken that out a little bit. I don't normally do wings just because I don't like the way that it looks. I have very hooded eyelids, very hooded eyelids. And I kind of struggle with eyeliner, so I'm not exactly one of those people that's going to have a big wonking cat eye on my face. But when I do, I kind of like it to kind of go with the look. And I didn't think that putting a black eyeliner on my eye was going to look good at all with these kind of bronzy orangey tones. And then next I just went in with my fat white eye pencil from NYX. And I just put that down in my lower lash line just to kind of brighten my eyes up a bit. I used to do this a lot when I was younger, and I remembered it when I was going through the store, and I just saw it and I was like, wow, I wonder how that would look, because I haven't done that in a long time. I used to love the whole baby doll eye look. And then I'm just going ahead and getting majority of that off of my lash line, so that when I put mascara on, it's not all clumpy and gray and nasty looking. So here I'm just going ahead and just getting all that eyeshadow residue off of my eyelashes before I start to put my mascara and my falsies on. I don't normally put mascara on my upper lashes just because I normally will curl them down before I put my lashes on, just because it's a lot easier for me to see my lash line and actually place them, because my lashes are already pretty curly as it is, and my lashes will get stuck in the glue and then it won't allow the lash strip to actually hit where I need it to on my lash line, so it makes it a lot harder. But here I'm just using the Fenty mascara, and I guess I did decide to put mascara on my top lashes to try and see if something would differ. I don't really know, but I normally don't, so I guess we'll see how it worked out here. Next, I'm just going ahead and fixing my eyeshadow, making sure that it's all blended, taking that light orange shade again from the inner corner, and then just kind of bringing that out all the way into the middle of my eyelid. For my inner corner highlight, I went in to the James Charles palette, and I took the bronze shade and I just went ahead and put that in my inner corner. I also use it as my highlight on my nose, which it was really bronzy and kind of was not really going with the look, so I had to blend that out with my finger a little bit just because it was kind of doing a lot, and not a lot for the right reasons. And then after that, I just went ahead and highlighted my brow. And then next, I'm just going to be using that same bronzy highlight for my highlight on my cheeks. And as you can see, I kind of put that everywhere for whatever reason. I guess we were just going for the most this day. So I just continued to highlight and bronze until I was content. That highlight that I was using was really pigmented, so I had to kind of mute it down a little bit. So I just had to put a little bit more bronzer on my face. I'm just going back in with a lighter highlight shade from the James Charles palette. Jesus, words. I always struggle to speak, and it's honestly just ridiculous. Like, we speak every day. Why is it so hard to do it while you're recording? Anyways, but after that, I just went ahead and set my face with the Urban Decay All-Nighter Spray. Like I was talking about before, I just went ahead and curled my lashes down, so it would be a lot easier for me to put the lashes onto my lash line. It doesn't matter how much I undercurl my eyelashes, for whatever reason they just go back up to being curled. So if I don't curl them down and like really put some oomph into it, they're just gonna be curly, and the more straight they are, the easier it is for me to put lashes on, especially if they're bigger lashes. So yeah, and then afterwards I just went ahead and lined my lips with that same brown eye pencil that I used earlier for my wings, and then I'm just filling in the corners, and then I'm just gonna line my upper lips as well, which I kind of overlined my lips. Is that what it's called? Overlined? I can't remember, but it's okay, just because my lips are kind of small for my face, in my opinion. So I kind of overdo it a little bit, at least on the top. I don't normally overline my my bottom lip, but I kind of do a lot on the top for whatever reason, just because I like the way that it looks, depending on the makeup look that I'm doing. Then I just went ahead and put on the Fenty lip gloss. It's the shade that everybody loves, and I can never remember what shade it is, but it is so good. I've been using it since it came out, and it is like one of my top favorite all-time lip glosses. I love lip gloss so much, and it's so hard to wear lip gloss with the mask and everything now, especially here in Japan. I know like in America people have stopped wearing masks, but not so much the case here in Japan. Everybody is very much so still wearing masks and things like that. But anyways, I'm going ahead and putting on these humongous spider link lashes. I recently went and got like a bunch of lashes from Amazon, and I love them so much, so I wanted to try some of them on, and as you can see, I was struggling so hard. It was honestly ridiculous, so I actually had to do them off camera because it was not working out for me on camera. So next I'm just going to go back in and try to fix my eyebrows. I don't even know if I did my eyebrows before or not, but they're looking a little crazy. Just a little crazy. One of my eyebrows is always one less chromosome than the other. I'm really not sure why they can't just look alike. But yeah. Okay guys, so this is the final look. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.